You hear the word recession on the news, and your stomach tightens. But what is it really? And more importantly, what should you actually do about it? In the next 8 minutes, you will understand recessions better than most adults ever will. Here's the good news up front. A recession is a normal, recurring part of the economy, not the end of the world. Understand how it works, and instead of fearing it, you can protect yourself and even come out ahead. Let us define it. A recession is a significant, widespread decline in economic activity that lasts more than a few months. In plain English, the economy shrinks instead of grows. People spend less, businesses earn less, and things slow down. A common rule of thumb is 2 straight quarters, that is 6 months, of the economy shrinking. Economists look at deeper signals too, but the simple idea is this: the overall economy goes backwards for a sustained stretch of time. Here's the key thing to understand. The economy moves in cycles, like seasons. It grows for a while, that is expansion, then it peaks, then it contracts into a recession, then it bottoms out and recovers, and grows again. This boom and bust cycle has repeated for as long as modern economies have existed. Recessions are not freak accidents. They are the natural winter of the economic year. And just like winter, they are always followed by spring. So what triggers one? There is rarely a single cause, but a few usual suspects. One is a shock, a sudden event like a financial crisis, a pandemic, or an oil price spike that jolts the economy and freezes spending. Another is bubbles bursting. When prices for things like houses or stocks rise far beyond their real value, that bubble eventually pops, wiping out wealth and confidence and dragging the wider economy down with it. A third is high interest rates. To fight inflation, central banks raise rates, which makes borrowing expensive. That cools spending and investment on purpose. Sometimes it cools things a little too much and tips the economy into recession. What does a recession actually feel like for regular people? Companies sell less, so they cut costs. That often means hiring freezes and layoffs, so unemployment rises. Suddenly, jobs feel less secure and harder to find. With people worried about their jobs, they spend less, which makes businesses earn even less, leading to more cuts. This is the painful feedback loop of a recession, where fear and falling spending feed on each other for a while. The stock market usually falls too, often before the recession is even official, as investors anticipate lower company profits. Your retirement account and investments can drop significantly. This is scary, but as you will see, it is also where opportunity hides. Now here is the single most important truth about recessions, and it is the reason you should not panic. Every single recession in history has eventually ended, and the economy has gone on to reach new highs. Every one. Recessions are temporary. The long-term direction of the economy and the stock market over decades has been relentlessly upward. The people who panic and sell at the bottom are the ones who turn a temporary dip into a permanent loss. So what should you actually do? Let us turn fear into a plan. Step 1. Your foundation. Build and protect an emergency fund. 3 to 6 months of expenses in cash is your shield against layoffs and uncertainty during a downturn. This cash cushion means a job loss does not force you to sell investments at the worst time or pile on high-interest debt. In a recession, having cash and stability is power. It lets you stay calm while others are panicking. Step 2. Do not panic sell your investments. When the market drops, your instinct screams to get out, but selling locks in your losses. If you do not need that money for years, the smartest move is usually to hold and keep calm. Step 3, and this is how the wealthy think. A recession can be a once-in-a-cycle buying opportunity. When the market falls, quality investments effectively go on sale. The same index fund now costs far less than it did months ago. If you keep investing steadily through a downturn, you buy more shares at lower prices. When the recovery comes, and historically it always has, those cheaply bought shares can become your biggest winners. Fear creates the discount, patience collects the reward. This is why legendary investors say to be greedy when others are fearful. You do not need to perfectly time the bottom. You just need to keep calmly investing while everyone else is too scared to act. That is the entire edge. Beyond your investments, protect your income. In uncertain times, make yourself valuable at work.
Keep your skills sharp and consider building a side income stream. The more secure and diversified your income, the safer you are in any downturn.
It is also wise to avoid taking on big new high-interest debt right before or during a recession. Keep your fixed costs manageable so that even if your income dips, you can comfortably ride out the storm without panic. Quick clarification, because people mix these up. A recession is a temporary downturn, usually lasting months. A depression is far rarer and more severe, a deep, prolonged collapse lasting years, like the Great Depression of the 1930s. Depressions are historically uncommon, and modern economies have tools to fight downturns that did not exist back then. So when you hear recession on the news, do not picture breadlines. Picture a tough but temporary season the economy moves through. Let me steer you clear of traps. Mistake 1. Panic selling everything at the bottom. This is the classic wealth destroyer. You crystallize your losses and then miss the powerful recovery that almost always follows. Hold steady instead. Mistake 2. Trying to perfectly time the market, waiting for the exact bottom to buy. Nobody can do this reliably, not even the pros. Steady, consistent investing through the whole cycle beats waiting for a perfect moment that never comes. Mistake 3. Having no emergency fund and being forced to sell investments or borrow at high rates when a layoff hits. The time to build your cash shield is now, while things are calm, not in the middle of the storm. Let us lock it in. A recession is a normal, temporary phase where the economy shrinks for a sustained period. It is part of the natural boom and bust cycle caused by shocks, bursting bubbles, or high interest rates. Recessions always end, and the economy reaches new highs. So build an emergency fund, avoid panic selling, keep investing steadily to buy the discount, and protect your income. Preparation turns a scary recession into a powerful opportunity. You cannot control when a recession comes, but you can absolutely control how ready you are. Get your shield up, keep your head while others lose theirs, and a downturn becomes the moment that quietly sets up your future wealth. If this calmed your nerves about recessions, smash that like button, subscribe for more simple money lessons, and share it with someone who is anxious about the economy. What money topic should we break down next? Tell me in the comments.